Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our humble Soviet Republic, nestled seemingly in the middle of nowhere, where still, off in the distance, at quaint Ashkakal, we see a growing power. Folks, it is absolutely tremendous to see the progress we've already made in just a handful of episodes here, with our brick factory now, well, I was going to say up and running, but that's not the entire truth, is it? It's up, but at the end of this episode, it's going to be running. So, without any more time to waste on an introduction, let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's get time moving right off the bat. There's no reason to hold off because there is some construction ongoing right now, and we might as well let our construction offices get to work there. And at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and make some moves down over here as we prepare to let the people through. So, first things first, let's make this road connection final here. I think it just makes sense. We're probably going to extend it beyond this intersection all the way to the end over there perhaps, and establish housing in this general area. But at the same time, I don't want to get too close to the brick factory. It is the 60s, so I'm pretty sure that we don't care as much as we eventually will once we research all the technology required to actually understand pollution properly. But, I'm pretty sure people still didn't want to live too close to things like brick factories and sewage dumps and things like that, right? So we're going to go ahead and maybe set this as our limit to as far as buildings will go this way. But of course, we have plenty to expand towards down this direction instead. So lots of development room, obviously, around Ashkakal, just setting a bit of a marker for how far I might want to go over here. Anyway, back on task. Let's go ahead and continue the construction of the Ashkakal warehouse, the forklift garage, and all of these connections in between these buildings as well. This will again facilitate the movement of goods once they've been dropped off at the warehouse. It'll make it a lot easier to make sure that our stores are actually properly stockpiling and able to supply goods to the people that are living in the area. And on the topic of goods that the people in the area will desire, let's go ahead and ensure that we are building a beautiful spot for people to get their alcohol. A nice small pub for the neighborhood, I think, is fitting. Drop you down over here. Unfortunately, no factory connection for pubs, but that's okay. We'll get a truck set up to ship some alcohol over from this warehouse to the pub over here, so it's a short distance. A little bit of patience will go a long way for the visitors and guests. But yeah, that was the last piece of the puzzle missing, I think. We've got healthcare, as I hover over the pub. We've got healthcare, we've got a kindergarten, we've got a school, we've got a pub, we've got food, we've got clothes and electronics, and right, we have meat. I say food, but food and meat are technically tracked separately because refrigeration is a concern. Now, the warehouse doesn't actually store meat. It'll only store non-refrigerated items. There is, if I recall correctly, a separate storage for meat, and that is called the meat storage, which we could actually establish if we wanted to. It does also require a factory connection. We could nudge the pub over a little bit so we have our meat storage in the area. Will we need that much meat? I don't know, but you know what? Fine, fair enough. It's probably the right call. It's probably the more efficient and correct call to make. So let's get our meat storage set up over here. Again, it's not all that expensive. We can go ahead and flip things around so you can hook up like that. I do not need the connection to the warehouse, obviously. So we'll go ahead and demolish that afterwards and make room, yes, for our trusty hub. Don't worry, folks, there's no way we would leave that be, obviously. So down goes the pub. I could also make it right on the main road over here. It is that important, and people will still be able to reach it. Or, you know what, I can bring it really close to the people. Really prioritize it. Right next to the school, too. Feels like the right spot. Across the street from the grocery store. Yeah, sure, why don't we go ahead and do this instead. Up you down like that. We've got sewage, we've got power, we've got water. Excellent. All the things we need. And we'll allow this to build, Everything is building in the area. Sounds good. Construction offices are going to be busy for the next little while as, we get these last few things in order. Double up the speed there, make sure we're actually making progress this episode, and prepare for the arrival of the workers. We have the means of production, now we just need the people to seize them. So, the people will be coming soon, folks. In fact, I could probably realistically start them coming right now. I don't want to be... There's no reason to have them come and be dissatisfied when all I would need to do is just wait a few more months into 1961 to have everything in place and then never have to deal with that dissatisfaction. Sure, I'll be patient. I'll be patient. Meanwhile, up over here, there's a bit of work to do as well. Again, just future planning, right? Let's go ahead and demolish some of these roads. Clear all you out. Because what we're going to do is establish the storage in the area, which I can find over here. It's not an aggregate, sorry. It is general cargo. Small storage. I don't think I need it to be particularly massive or anything. We'll hook you up like this. It's going to be a very congested road, isn't it? It's going to be a very congested road. What if I do this kind of a thing? Let's see. Trying to figure something out over here. If I pop you down like that, will I have enough room for the road? I highly doubt it. Got to be a little bit further out, perhaps like this. What I'm thinking is then the road can come up like so, if we can turn snapping off. Oh, really? I guess not. Can I do this in 2 parts? No, I can't. Alright, it's got to be even further back. Fair enough. Go and demolish you. Get that storage even further back. And the reason for this is so that if I do ever need a truck in the area to pick up resources from here, because we're going to have bricks here, so why pick up bricks from here when we can pick them up from over here, right? So if I'm going to have trucks in the area, I don't want them backing up and blocking this road off. I want to make sure we're keeping that at least somewhat separated. So that's the intent over here. While that's happening, though, let's not set aside the need for a bus stop in the area, because we want people to be able to arrive and distribute themselves into various workplaces. For now, just the brick factory, sure. And that means I could directly tell a bus to drop people off at the brick factory, making a shuttle more than a bus, I guess. It's a shuttle bus. But in the future, we're going to have our coal power plant, right? So we want to make sure we have a bus stop instead, allowing people to distribute themselves from the bus stop to the various work areas. Anyway, let's go ahead and drop a free bus stop for the time being. It is tempting. You know what I should do is I should probably plan for the built bus stop, which is going to be an inevitability here, I think. And I should pop down the free one for now and upgrade it later. That might make sense. It's not a lot of construction. And this is almost certainly going to be necessary. So you know what, actually, let's go ahead and put down a proper bus stop over here. Our first proper bus stop next to our first proper factory and our first proper, connection between buildings. Sure, that feels fitting. Now the question is, can I be fitting some of these roads that I need in the area? That's the real question. Steel crop out that way. Can I? Yeah, so lots of flattening necessary here. Let's go ahead and height from center this. Nice and easy. Alright, so that should be all right here. Let's see if I can do this kind of a thing. Pull you straight down. Too steep, eh? Oh, well, that's not what I had in mind. There we go. That's better. That connects us to the bus stop there. But what about this back over here? Because we'll eventually need access for emergency services and things like that. Which reminds me, I do still need a fire station. I can probably bring people before I get the fire trucks in place, but as to play it safe, I should at least get the fire station being built. Alright. Got you like that. I want it to look as right as possible here. Raise the train just a little bit further up. Cliffside bus stop. Don't know if that does look right, to be honest. Bus stop. Pull the infrastructure a bit further back. Trying to creep as far away from that corner as possible. Sure, there we go. And this road still pretty much works. If I want to be particular about it. There you go. Alright. Now hopefully we can do this kind of a thing. That looks alright. Go ahead and raise this terrain a little bit. What I would like to do is bring the road down. So we're going to have to terraform a little bit. Smooth this out, lower the terrain. And I love that you have to actually consider these kinds of things. I know I've mentioned this before, but I really do find it absolutely awesome that you have to think about, well, how do I want people to navigate these like hard, steep inclines and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, I mean that's one way to do it, I suppose. Is that reasonable? Yeah, that looks reasonable actually. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so far so good. We'll need a bit of a curve to get, there we go, in a position. Beautiful. And again, that's for emergency services, right? Like people don't actually need to work here or anything, so it's just for when we need like a fire truck or something up over there. This road is still not perfect, but I might just need to be okay with this. Let's see. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's better. That's nicer. Again, I rarely look from down over here, so why am I fussing so much, I guess? But that's good. Bus stop's in place. Roads are all looking all right. I wonder if I... There we go. Nice. Very nice. All right, cool. So that's all going to get built down over here. Are we seeing progress? We are indeed. We got resources at the construction site. This thing is being built as well. Missing resources. Yeah, so these things are going to come through. Slowly but surely. I feel like I need more construction offices. I feel like this is not going fast enough, you know? I'm already hitting a bit of a backlog. Oh, of course, they're prioritizing the pub. I mean, geez, goddamn. That wasn't even intentional. I could suspend the construction here, but people are probably already heading over to complete the... Yep. We got 10 workers on their way over. That is absolutely hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. That is priceless. One left to their own volition. They've prioritized the pub. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully they'll quickly prioritize the warehouse and stuff. Let's go ahead and make a connection over here, because I think it just makes sense to at this point in time. It might be a temporary one, but let's go ahead and make it, because it'll shorten the distance all these construction vehicles have to go. It's right there. So let's get that working. Get that figured out. This is all looking good otherwise. Oh, so it's okay. This is happening. This bus stop as well is being built. We'll need a bus stop down over here as well, and I have a bit of a plan for where I'll establish one. I suppose I could... Yeah, sure, I could establish it right now. Let's get just a regular bus stop here as well. I was kind of tempted, actually, to put down a bus platform, just simply because of the path that buses take going through it. I thought that'd be kind of neat to have that little loop around. But a bus stop is just kind of regular in and out. There are different platforms as well, by the way. Of course, it's not just like the one shape, but platforms are significantly larger. They are able to hold many more people at the same time as they wait for buses to come through. Again, if this still is supposed to feel like a small town, I don't think it necessarily makes sense to have this massive bus platform, right? I mean, what does it cost? A bit of steel, some gravel, concrete, asphalt. I mean, it's not that bad, actually. 400 workers, though. Are we going to have 400 workers at this platform at a time? I mean, if this is going to end up being downtown Ashkakal, I know I was saying like this is the extent of downtown Ashkakal, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that this is the beginning. These are the outskirts. This is kind of the downtown area, and then this will be the outskirts again. So I guess a decent-sized bus platform does make sense then. Now, the question then becomes, which one do I want? Do I want 600 or 400? I think 400 workers is going to suffice. If I change my mind later, then I can make an adjustment. Let's make sure we are... Oh, I wish I could flip you the other way around. But this is fine too. This works too. And everyone should be able to reach, I'm pretty sure. Looks like... Yeah, if I have that road connection, everyone's able to reach. We're right at the corner, as close as I can get. So something like that. all the footpath connections are in the other direction, but that's okay because the city's going to extend in that direction too, obviously. It seems like the sweet spot then. Alright. Pop you down. This is where kids can come to get dropped off to go to school as well. So all the school buses will be here, all the pub buses, I guess. I don't call it public transit for nothing. God damn it. But yeah, so this is a good spot for the platform. I don't necessarily love the height differential, but that's okay. I'm never going to notice that when I'm actually playing, so we're going to leave that be. Warehouse is finally under construction. They're like, well, we have the pub. Where do we put the alcohol? Oh, crap, we need the warehouse. Fair enough, fair enough. I wonder, actually, if past this bus stop, I go ahead and extend the road to be 2 lanes. Just add a second lane, basically. Just a thought for now. Go ahead and add snapping again. Or rather, keep snapping off as we pull this out. And then that's not gonna cooperate, so go ahead and get rid of you. Start with snapping on from the start. And just kind of follow along. Why would I want it to be 2 lanes? Why would I want it to be 2 lanes? That's a good question. I figure things will probably get pretty busy going up and down this this general area. You know, like we've got quite a few resources coming through from Curve Road, right? And if we can kind of shift, like put the trucks on one side and the cars and buses on the other, or something like that, because there are road signs you can use to say like, okay, no heavy goods vehicles are allowed, or no agricultural vehicles. I don't know if we'll do much agriculture here, but like there are signs you can put down to control traffic, and I just wonder if we don't want this to be 2 lanes. The reason why I'm planning this right now is because I can always undo a placed dirt road. I can't just as easily undo the placement of a bunch of buildings, right? Like if I start putting a bunch of buildings down over here, I'm going to very quickly have made a decision already. So yeah, we'll keep it a dirt road for now. How are we looking otherwise? Oh, again, I might get rid of this completely, but just planting some initial thoughts over here. Bus stop's looking all right. Warehouse is... I was really hoping that'd be all the bricks we needed, but no, we were waiting for bricks to arrive. Soon enough, we'll never be waiting for bricks again. I say soon enough, completely jinxing my operation, obviously. You, my good friend, are going to store nothing but bricks, so let's go ahead and zero everything else down. I mean, I suppose I could store other things here as well if I wanted to, but I don't think I do. We still have this storage down over here for all of our construction vehicles construction office vehicles, I should say, pick stuff up. I might even consider distributing from here down to here. That seems foolish, though. Seems like a pointless journey for these resources to make. It would have been so much easier for me to just max this out instead of reduce everything else. But it's okay. We got there in the end. This is all getting done. Yeah, excellent. I love watching the vehicles ride on the backs of other vehicles. It's just such a nice touch. It's such a nice touch because it makes such a big difference. That's why it's such a nice touch. Oh, just short. Okay, we got all the resources we need on site over here. Just a matter of some workers. I imagine the bus is headed over with 45. Is there a crane? There is indeed, so it should work pretty quickly. And get that job done nicely. Cool. Nice to watch the hustle of our growing town. I really like the small town, little village kind of start. In my last playthrough that, you know, was from a while ago when we started, when the game first dropped into early access, I started on an empty map, and that was a different kind of adventure, and this is a very different kind of adventure because I'm thinking about the existing locations. Now, granted, we decided to say that this entire region has been abandoned. I thought that was a fun little story, and I'm quite liking it. I think it was the right call, but it is interesting how it is influencing the way I'm going to lay things out, because there are pre-existing buildings that, truth be told, if I can help it, I don't want to destroy. I don't want to demolish any of these buildings, not only because it takes so much effort to demolish anything in realistic mode, but also because they're nice. They're, you know, unique architecture fitting the biomes, and yeah, I think they're nice to like have integrated into our modern aesthetic, so to speak, in our 60s aesthetic, our 1961 aesthetic, you could say. Happy New Year, folks. A little late, perhaps, but we got there. The not late getting to the year, late getting to me saying Happy New Year. Let's go ahead and limit our amounts of things over here. It's just going to be food. Well, actually, here it does make sense to minimize because it's not just going to be one good. So it's just going to be alcohol, food, clothes, and electronics here. I could start importing right now. Some of this stuff is pretty expensive, by the way. If we take a look, for example, clothes, I believe, yeah, 1.4k rubles per ton. But again, these are all worthwhile expenses. We need them for our people's happiness. We can produce them locally, but that's a whole set of industries, not just the one. So it'll take some time before we get there. So for the time being, at this distribution office, let's go ahead and purchase a high-capacity covered road vehicle. I will need a refrigerated vehicle as well, but a covered road vehicle for the time being. And once you arrive, it'll allow us to adjust what we can load. Food, clothes, electronics, and alcohol. We're going to go ahead and unload at this warehouse. Food, clothes, electronics, and alcohol. Yeah, we got room for everything. Our distribution office up over here. I could tell these guys to move the alcohol between these two spaces. Or sorry, between here and here. The short drive. It feels like a waste of work for the distribution office all the way over there. I feel like I should get a local distribution office. We still have some free ones available. Can probably pop it down over here, actually. I wonder if it'll fit. Distribution office. These are construction offices. Distribution office. Where are you at, buddy? Where are you at, buddy? There we go. Distribution. Oh yeah, we can pop this down over here. Few vehicles for local distribution. What else would we need? I think it's just the alcohol. Where is the road depot? Because that is another free structure that we'll need. It's where you actually purchase things like buses and tell them where to go and where to work. So I might be able to put you down over here. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. If I pop you down over here, can I get the distribution office over here? I can. And I might even be able to fit two if need be. Alright. Let's pop you up over there. Let's go ahead and buy for you a small, because I don't want it to be big deliveries. I want it to be multiple small deliveries. It's going to be more efficient down the line. So here we actually don't want the highest capacity because these are short haul. But I want a closed haul. I want a closed haul. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to find what I want. Covered haul. How much alcohol? 0.63 tons? Okay, that's not enough. 2 tons per trip. 4.7. The pub needs how much? 7.5 is how much it can carry at any given time. Never going to need to be topped up, and if it does, it can be done through multiple trips. The V3S, 2 tons of alcohol at a time, 2 tons of food at a time to distribute to other shops further down the road, perhaps. couple of these should do the trick. We have room for a few. 2 tons seems fair. For only a little bit more, we can get 4.7 though. It's not twice as much. A faster vehicle, better engine power, so it can deal with slopes a lot nicer. Sure, the T138 perhaps. Decisions. Once I find my favorites though, I tend to stick to them. Even when there are better vehicles available. Not actually, but it's funny to think about. T138 covered, let's go. Just the one for now. Bring you over to here. The road depot, meanwhile, we'll get buses and stuff over here as soon as it makes sense to. What we'll probably do is get at least one bus bringing people up to this bus stop so they can go to the brick factory, and we'll probably get a microbus to bring people down to the gravel quarry where we won't need as many people, right? What was it, like 40 people or something? So we can get a microbus or a minibus to shuttle people over rather than a huge bus stop, and it'll be a direct stop to there. It's a shame that people can't get from that bus stop down to here. That's a very, very long walk. I wouldn't expect them to be able to do that. Or would I? Or would I? Because we do have access, hang on a second, to underground passes. And if I can connect you... Nah, it's not gonna happen. There's no way. Way too far away. I need another bus stop over here. Right? Yeah, definitely. Oh, I would love to find out for sure, though. If I get an underpass set up over here... Where's the... I'd be able to hook you up like this. Let me just take a look here. See, this is what I would do. I would suspend your construction first of all. Let's go ahead and get this connection. And underground, we'd connect to a different one. Like somewhere like over here or something. Or over here. That would make sense as well. In fact, it would probably make more sense. There's no way... Or is there? I have room here. I have room here. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Am I onto something? Or is this just madness? I'm guessing it's madness. Hook you up like that. Okay. Underpass would connect like so. Again, suspend construction. That. A while since I've done underground paths. These are all bridges, these are overpasses. Oh, there we go, pedestrian tunnel. It'll be expensive. 216 meters. Oh, I might be able to do this actually. I might be able to do this actually. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep those options open for the time being. I'm probably gonna use a shuttle for the time being. And maybe once we upgrade these paths and stuff, that'll be a possibility. Huh. Didn't think it was gonna be an option. But it might not be, truth be told. You can see people aren't even willing to... Well, it's because of that long journey there. Oh, damn. Okay, I'll investigate this further, actually. That might be an option for the bus stop. But I'm Thinking way too far ahead. First, let's go ahead and make sure that this forklift garage is built. It is indeed. Let's purchase a couple of forklifts. I guess I could get 4, why not? Top this up. We'll need some fuel, so we'll make sure that we are distributing fuel down there as well. You're a gas station. You're the one with the cistern. Yep. Go ahead and add this as a destination for fuel. Excellent. A bit more construction to be done, but the forklift garage basically is going to ensure we have forklifts that'll move goods from the warehouse to the various other destinations. We've got alcohol, we've got food, we've got clothes, more goods arriving soon, I'm sure. We're going to get topped up quickly enough. Let's go ahead and turn the switch on as far as power is concerned too, because our switches are all established, our substations are all connected, but the juice isn't actually flowing, which is why the water is also not actually flowing. So let's turn our attention to the border here. Let's flip the switch. Perfect timing for the music to stop. I absolutely love it. All right, back over here, we should now see water start to flow into the small water tower. Yes, excellent. That's all the water loading and unloading station had for the time being, but as our little truck that could keeps making its journey back and forth now, it's going to add more and more water to the water tower. We'll have a stockpile ready in place for when people start moving in. On which note, let's go ahead and resume the construction of the small clinic and of the kindergarten in particular. Those will be a rush. You know what? The school too. And why don't we go ahead and upgrade some of these roads? Well, because these are pedestrian paths. So why don't we go ahead and upgrade some of these pedestrian paths? Suppose I could let the construction finish first. Let's do that. Bus platform is seeing progress. Yeah, good stuff. We'll still need a bit of steel to finish everything. Still doing the groundworks right now. Alright, fair enough. Where are these guys all headed? Over these construction sites, I assume? Yep. I think we're probably in a good enough spot to start bringing people in shortly. And then all these construction sites will have local construction workers. We won't have to wait for bus loads of people to come from all the way over there or all the way over there. We'll just have people in the neighborhood. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. Thing is, the brick factory requires, what, 75 people? I doubt we can house 75 people here. Like, one of these fits 6, 8, 4, so that's 18 right there. 27, 36... 44, 46, 50, 58, 61, 70, 79, all right. 81, 83, and 86. So we have a maximum population potential of 86 at Ashkakal for the time being. I doubt, 75% of them are going to go and work at the brick factory even. But that's exactly why we're going to build some more apartment buildings and stuff like that. But again, waiting for people to actually start living here before we invest in some of those. All right, buddy. Pick up alcohol, drop off alcohol. Thank you. We have a gas station nearby. It's not right there, so there's a bit of a trip to be made for any time these vehicles need fuel. So we'll probably want a gas station in a more reasonable place. Again, if this is downtown, then a downtown gas station does make sense. And I should probably actually set one of those up somewhere here. Not in a rush right now. Right now, this will do, I think. But I gotta remember to leave some space for it. Probably over here, or... We got room. We got plenty of options. I love, by the way, that these kids could, like, go to the water works nearby, I guess, for lack of a better term. Make their way over and chill by the pipes. How is our water tower looking? Yeah, so you can see now the water truck is actually dropping its water into this building and then up into the tower. Cool. Very cool. Down over here. We do need power. Well, let's buy ourselves an excavator at least. I need to get a road depot to tell. Well, I could use a distribution office, I suppose. Get this dropped off at the processing plant. We'll have to build the processing plant, even if I just use it for storage for the time being. I'm wondering if I want to adjust where I place it, just so that I have that bus stop servicing it as well, but I don't think so. I think I quite like all this heavy-duty kind of construction stuff happening over here. Might extend it to over here as well. I mean, like, it might go further down this way, it might go further down this way, but, like, this is a nice block. I don't want it to start spreading out in this direction. I'm already kind of hesitant to go, you know, this far when it comes to the residences because of the brick factory over there. The closer I move some of this industrial stuff, the worse I'll feel about it. So, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and continue your construction over here, buddy. And just stockpile all the mined stone that we'll get eventually, as soon as workers start being delivered down over here. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Buddy goes and gets it himself, doesn't he? Well, right now he's going to get some fuel. Oh my goodness, he's got such a long trek. But I was so sure the excavator work on its own. I could be thinking again about a much earlier build of the game, or there are a few industries that are able to operate without any workers necessary. Even though workers accelerate it, you can do it without workers as well, if memory serves me correctly. But yeah, we're gonna need to worry about waste and stuff as well here. All right, lots to consider infrastructure-wise. But my eyes are on this prize. I want these things established so I can get people to move in. Even if it's just filling all these houses up for starters, even if it's just them going to this bus platform to work at the brick factory and local construction, I'll take it. Guess we're not able to keep up with the demand of bricks, eh? I mean, guess I saw that coming. That's exactly why the brick factory is what we prioritized. But it is really funny to see it fight like that. You're supposed to be picking up bricks too. Why aren't you? Take a look at the storage facility here. Plenty of room for bricks. As we don't have any right now. Oh, we got this batch coming through right now. 10 tons though. It's only 10 tons. We have room for plenty more. So why is this... Oh, did you just go to pick up some bricks? Because that would be hilarious. Where'd you go, buddy? No, that's logs. Or boards, I should say. Fair enough. At least he's working. As long as he's working. Fair enough. Nice to see the town be powered at night now. Just the little indications of life to come. A little early. Looking good though, it's coming together. Yeah, this is almost done. Excellent. Got fuel over here. It can be topped up, it can be left at 11. It'll be fine either way. We've got all of our forklifts. Let's go ahead and assign connections here. So the warehouse is where you're going to load food, clothes, alcohol. Well, we don't need alcohol, actually, just food, clothes. Here is where you're going to load up meat. The only option you have. And then once this is finished, I can add these connections as well. Right, I should start bringing meat over. To which end, let's go ahead and establish another distribution office up over here. Yep, free one. We've only got 2 more free ones available. Pop you down there. Continue to hook up to this. There we go. Messy intersection over here. Buy ourselves a refrigerated truck. Where you at, buddy? Do I just have the one? Yeah, just the one option. Fair enough. Decision made for me. Alright, that's that. And then I wonder, like, do I want more open hulls just so we're moving bricks a bit more? Because it feels like that's a real bottleneck. And I mean, again, just like we import, we can export too. So, you know what? Here, sure. Why don't we go ahead and go total capacity and chase after a couple more of these open hull vehicles, yeah. Then I can do what? I can go ahead and use you, where I will load meat and bricks solely, and drop the meat off over here, and the bricks off over here. Cool. I know it says storage percent 30, so I guess what it's doing is it's doing 30%. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Get this up to 60. You as well. Get us up to 60. And right up to 60. Should probably just do 100%. Ow, we cracked 1 million. Damn it. As in, we cracked past 1 million. I was hoping so much to stay above it, but this was inevitable. We're purchasing so many goods. Especially now that we're getting the essentials like meat and food and all that good stuff. All that goods stuff was bound to happen. But we'll bounce back in no time, I'm sure. What is costing us so much right now? Was it just a huge allotment of clothes that we just picked up? Oh, where import? Oh, there's import of power. I mean, that's fine. Imported a lot. Couple vehicles. We're okay. We're okay. Must have been like a big batch of clothes or something, and I just missed us crossing the threshold. We're also picking up more bricks now, right? So they're also not cheap. Part of the reason I want to produce them is so that I can sell them because they're not cheap. Alright, good stuff. The school is ready. It is without drinking water. Right, well, because it's not. First of all, the valve is not open. Second of all, it doesn't need drinking water right now, so I'm not going to open the valve yet. This construction is almost done as well. There's our small clinic, and our school really need the kindergarten open. Because again, if parents have children under the age of 6 and there's no kindergarten, then they won't go to work. And I kind of need them to go to work. Alright, so once this thing's been built up, and I guess it has been. Okay, it doesn't look like a complete building. I mean, it doesn't need more than what it has right now. But we can go ahead and get a distribution office, I suppose. Maybe this one. Move those goods back and forth. So let's go ahead and purchase ourselves something that can move gravel. So we need a dumper. A lot of capacity. Well, quarried stone and gravel. Feels kind of weird having it right next to a... right next to where all the food and stuff is, right? So they're free. I'm going to go ahead and get ourselves distribution. Where you at? There you are. Another one over here. I'll go to the infrastructure. That's fair. Pop you down somewhere over here. You're really going to make me terraform? Fair enough. Not a lot of terraforming. That's our last one. For the time being, we can always remove some. But yeah, let's go ahead and purchase the massive dumper. Assign you. You know what? It shouldn't have been the massive dumper. That was a mistake. It's only going to shift 0.5 tons at a time, and what I need is more smaller ones than one massive dumper. 25 tons of quarried stone. This thing only produces 0.05 at a time, or 0.5 at a time. If I go capacity and I go to the smallest side of things. Smallest dumper, yeah, 5. Well, hey, it's too late now. Not gonna fuss over it. I still can't believe I wasted so much. I was so sure the gravel quarry didn't actually need power. Now, watch. Turns out it does need power and workers, and this is just an illusion. Because that would be my luck. But my luck is also such that the kindergarten is built, the school and small clinic are all built. That means that everything we were waiting for is put in place. We've got access to alcohol, food, and clothes. All of these connections are finished as well, which means we can go ahead and assign these connections to here and to here. You're going to unload all of these wonderful, wonderful things. Excellent. Yep. So you can see the little forklifts making their way over. Getting busy. Beautiful. And I guess it's time to bring people in. Very aggressive zipper opening sound there. And you click on the small store. Geez, do we actually have everything? Yeah, power's coming through. Everything's coming through. Just no one living here. All right. I can't believe we finally made it in this episode too. I was really worried that something was going to delay us, and something almost did. Night's about to fall. Shall we wait until the morning? And golden hour is a beautiful time for people to move in, I suppose. Let's go ahead and sure, this building over here. Let's invite 10 immigrants from the Soviet bloc. Our first citizens living at Ashkakal Old Arab House 6. Let's see what they get up to over here. Where are you going? You going straight to the bus stop? No. They're gonna get working, I suppose, at the small clinic, it looked like. Actually, we'll need some educated immigrants as well for the teacher positions. Experts, I think they're called. What's the experts? Yeah. But right now, people are all coming through to staff the schools and the small clinics and stuff like that. That's all well and good. Building is without drinking water. That's because we haven't turned the tap on. Pop open the valve. Instantly dump a bunch of water. Target storages are full. Instantly stop dumping water, I guess. Something's not right here. Oh no. Why have you not been built? That's hilarious. All that preparation, all that planning, and it's just this tiny 10 meters of pipe that's going to leave the people thirsty. Why was this left unbuilt? The construction offices could definitely reach it, but it was left abandoned for no good reason. Hurry on over, folks. We don't need that many resources. We don't need that many work days either, but it does have to happen in 2 phases. Oh no. The worst thing we could have not had access to in the desert biome. Well, it's okay. It's okay. We got alcohol. We're good. We're fine. We're taken care of, folks. We're taken care of. But yeah. There's people now. And look, they're waiting at the bus stop for a bus that'll never come. At least for the time being. At least for the time being. We're going to go ahead and figure out people's workplaces. I think probably next, get the buses up and running, build some larger apartment buildings, and of course also bring in some more people as well. I mean, this is just the first, 10? That's not nearly enough to run all the things that we have to run. 13. Have we already started to multiply? But all that aside, I mean, yeah, we're going to fill all these houses up. That was, about 80 or so people, right? And that should help keep all of these places busy. At least 7, 5, 12, 5, 15, 30. There's about, 40 or so people? So 40 left to take the bus up to the brick factory, hopefully. Sounds good to me. It's this construction. It's this construction that pains me right now. Comes the concrete. Where is the bus full of workers? Just now making its way over, isn't it? Indeed. Probably going to want to upgrade some of these roads too. It's situations like this that make me go like, you know what? Should have upgraded the road. Watching that bus slowly make its way over. Now, overall satisfaction is actually not terrible. Actually not terrible. But looking at this tooltip does remind me that I did forget a couple of things that the people need. Sports and culture. Have a radio is just the provision of electronics, but you can see over here, unable to get clothes, unable to visit a hospital, lack of meat, starving, unable to get electronics, no water. Yeah, that's the big one. Citizens' happiness too low. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I can't believe that happened. That's funny. That's funny. You can't write that stuff. That's funny. But that's hurting us a lot. Unable to get clothes. That's a funny one. I guess it's just because we don't have enough sellers, right? Like, I'm glad I didn't just fill all these houses up though, because that would mean a lot of people would be suffering. I don't love this. Where's that bus full of people? Come on, buddy. Now, what I can do is, again, establish a technical office and deliver water to the people individually. Starting to feel like that's not a terrible idea, truth be told. The longer this construction takes, the more I'm tempted to do that. We're gonna have to wait for 0.32 tons of steel. Just right there, just bring it over. This bit's gonna be done right away. I find it hilarious that this is how this played out. Yeah, that last 40%. Need that steel. It's on its way. These workers are going to disappear by the time the steel arrives, though, I assume. Yeah, off they go. And perfect synchronicity. Unable to get clothes is actually a really big one. I wonder if I should just bring more people in. Bring more people in, and then they'll be able to staff all these various buildings and provide the various things that are needed. Watch, everyone leaves, everyone escapes. They're just like, I'm getting out of here. This place is not great. They don't have water. You guys are going out. Let's bring some more people in. Room for 6. I'm gonna get some experts in, because we need them to staff the schools and stuff. Over here. And more. Right. No escapes or deaths yet. Good track record. We got this. We got this. Where's this bus full of people? I need 3 work days. 13 workers are making their way over. Hang in there, folks. Hang in there. That's hilarious. Hey, there we go. Satisfaction is up to 60%. It was all the clothes and stuff not actually being available that was the problem. Fair enough. I'm glad I jumped into it there. This was just taking too long. I was hoping to get this done and then get everyone in, but nah, people were suffering because they didn't get food, they weren't getting clothes. Still, number of sellers is 0 over here, so we need to sort that out. Probably upgrade these roads soon as well and get some pedestrian access set up so we don't have to cut off the supply of workers as we're upgrading the roads. But on the topic of supply of workers, where is this bus? Where are you coming from, buddy? Oh. Of course you're coming from over here. Faster, faster, faster. Damn it. Our first escape. It had to happen, folks. It had to happen. It's an inevitability. It's good to kind of rip the band-aid and get it done first, nice and early. This is unfortunate. This bus has to come from all the way around there. This is the funniest little flub. The annoyance here is that I'm not sure why it didn't get picked up, because the construction was resumed. They just didn't assign construction offices for some reason. Nonetheless, that's the first escape of many to come. Don't worry. The water is now flowing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Still unable to get clothes. That's because not enough staff and stuff like that. We should start getting some electronics coming through as well, but all that and much more, including much more escapes, I'm sure, next time and beyond, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is where we're going to call it. I really wanted to fix that little issue before we call it a session over here. A momentous occasion, as the first people have moved into Ashkakal, as we have established the flow of some essential resources properly, including all the pipes that are needed to make them actually flow. We should see general happiness improve as we bring more and more people in. Next session, yeah, we're going to top up Ashkakal. That should provide a constant flow of workers at those stores and the kindergarten and schools and stuff like that, making sure that people are covered on those fronts. And then we can start expanding some of those apartment buildings that we wanted to put down to provide workers for the brick factory. I think that's going to be the reality, because every workplace actually has 3 shifts. So when it says a place needs 15 workers, it actually needs 45 to work through day and night shifts and overnight shifts. But anyway, folks, that's for us to discuss later. I hope you had a good time. If you did, you know what to do. Please don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference in letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel. And apart from that, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.